quote that says, "There is no force stronger than a woman who is determined to rise." Believe in the Unbelievable is a segment that we dedicate to our female cancer survivors at MOC Cancer Research Center. Today, we will present to you stories of our resilient women who went through this journey with a core inner strength and support from their loved ones. Today, with here, we have Mrs. Hemwati Modi, who is a breast cancer survivor, and she is here to share her story with us. Hi, Mrs. Modi.
Hello.
Good to have you here. We would like to know your journey as a cancer survivor from your diagnosis and where you are now.
I was diagnosed in 2022, March 29th. I just came to know that there's a cyst, and immediately I went to Zankaria Clinic, and Dr. Mitchell, she took my mammograph and everything. And then while doing the sonography, she said that I think it's a malignant and don't worry, but be positive. Okay, then I went home. I had gone alone. And in my mind, there was this thing that it might be malignant or not. Maybe whatever, we will look into it.
I just wanted to understand that what were the range of emotions that you went through when the cancer diagnosis was told to you?
See, basically, I'm a very positive person. I hardly think negativity. And when she told me that it might be malignant, I was very sure that it might be, it might not. So the mixed emotions were there. And I was not that scared that time because it was not confirmed. But I was like normal, it was not that, oh, what will happen, nothing. I mean, whatever is that, we'll fight it out.
How did everybody take the diagnosis at home?
Then I went home and my husband, my son, because my daughter was delivering that time, so I could not tell her that I might have this thing. But I told them, and I mentally thought that if I will break down, then my full family will be like in mess. So I have to be strong, and I told them that this is it and we have to go and see the doctors and let's see what happens. Then I went for biopsy. He explained me that this is a cancer. I wasn't knowing anything about the cancer, like how many types of cancers, what is the stage, because I was not aware of it. And the best part Dr. Jayanam did was that he told me that, okay, nothing to worry, Mrs. Modi, it's fine. I mean, we'll fight it out. And I was like telling him that I don't mind, you just remove it and you just do my operation and get rid of it. He said, no, I will not do that. And you won't believe, he explained me for 2.5 hours. He gave me, and he said that you have to go through the chemo first, then we'll do the surgery, and then you have to take the radiations. That time I was little disturbed, like so much to go through and all that. And I was actually very scared of chemo. The word chemo itself is, I think, very dangerous for everybody. So I was not ready for chemo, okay? Then he told me that, don't worry, nowadays the chemos are very, subtle, and you will not get any bad effects or something. Like, don't worry, it will go very easy. And you go and see Dr. Vashisht Mania. And he said that we have to put the pot and you have to take the chemos, but that chemos he will decide. I said, okay. But he said that you have to go and see him because mine was fast growing and the stage was 3.5. So he didn't want it to wait. So luckily, I went and saw Dr. Mania, and very calmly and very nicely he even explained me for 1 hour. Me, my husband, my son, everybody, we went there, and he explained me so nicely. He said, nothing will happen in chemo, I promise you. But he said, you have to take 16 chemos. And number 16, I said, doctor, that I'm not going to take because 16 chemos. I'm afraid of one chemo and you are telling me 16 chemos. He said, nothing to worry. We will see afterwards. Don't worry. Let's start. And in Ghatkopar, Dr. Jayanam and Dr. Mania's clinic are up and down. So he said, okay, tomorrow we'll do the chemo and we'll do the needful. You will not lose your hair and don't worry. Chemo is very easy. Okay. And Dr. Mania's personality is such that when you meet him or you see him, his smiling face and that, you forget so many things. And he explained me, I promise you nothing will happen. So then I went up and they put the pot here for the chemos because they said that pot is very important because when you put in the veins are little delicate. Sometimes it bursts or something. So it's better to put the pot because I had to take 16 chemos. So I went and Dr. Jayanam put the pot, consoled me so much. He said, now you are in Dr. Vashish Manya's hand and you are safe. So don't worry, it will be like, it will be like a home. And okay, then I thought that we have to go through this. So we have to go through this. And the best part was that I was very positive. We went through that surgery. We came home. I was very tired.
Mrs. Modi, I wanted to ask you that what were some of the biggest challenges you faced, or probably only challenges that you faced during your cancer treatment?
Yeah, so the challenge was like my chemo has started. The first chemo was in MOC. The base part was that MOC is not like a hospital. Like that hospital, you are scared of the name, also hospital. So I came to MOC. They put the Paxman to my head and they started with the chemo. And even they were not knowing that what will be the effect of chemo on my body because as such chemo is like a poison. But I asked and the staff and the doctors in MOC, they are just great. They were so helpful, so warm, and so like I was not feeling that I am in some clinic or in a daycare center or something. They helped me out so much, and my chemo had started.
While taking the chemo, did you experience any emotional changes or anything that you want to share with us?
When my fourth chemo, I was going very rising with the chemo because Sister Dipali and Dr. Radhika, Dr. Manish, everybody told me that when you are having chemo, you have to eat lots of food. I mean, in sense, you have to hog, and drink lots of water. So my chemos, actually by God's grace, all 3-4 chemos of adrenomycin, it went very well. On the fourth chemo, actually was not prepared for those 12 chemos, and I said, now stop, I don't want to take the chemos further. And actually I created a havoc in MOC, saying everybody that I'm not going to come next time, I'm not going to do, now the chemos are over, my cyst is gone so much and I don't want to do. Then on the fourth chemo, Dr. Seema came to my room, said, I've heard that you don't want to go further for the chemos, right? So I said, no doctor, I will not take no more chemos for me now, I will stop. She said, okay, stop, don't come next time, it's fine. But you know one thing, you know what cancer you had? I said, I had a breast cancer. She said, no, you had the world's worst cancer. It was fast growing, triple negative cancer, which is the worst cancer. You have come in time. So I will tell all the cancer patients that if you diagnose with the cancer, please go ahead and take the treatment very fast, because in cancer, you don't have time. You have all the medicines in the world, but you don't have time.
Ma'am, I would like to ask you, in what ways did your support system, like your family, your friends, your healthcare providers, help you in this journey through your cancer survivorship?
Family was disturbed, all the friends were disturbed, and life became like, this time should go fast, and emotionally, and everybody was coming and I was consoling them that don't worry, I will be all right, this and that. And the family support was excellent. All my cousins, my husband, my son and my daughter, son-in-law, everybody was like, they were so caring. And even the friends, family, everybody supported me very, very, very nicely. And my journey started with those 12 chemos, and finally the chemos were over.
Ma'am, we got to know your journey while you were taking the chemotherapy. Now we would want to understand how was it that post-surgery and post-radiation, was it a difficult journey or was it as simple journey as chemotherapy was?
The surgery part was, of course, very painful because when you have to go for the surgery. They put the trackers and everything. So in my case, the trackers they could not track in the sonography. So they had to put some wire therapy, and that I had to keep till my surgery. And on 12th of October, Dr. Jayana did my surgery. Surgery was good, and after surgery, I was very weak. Of course, the chemo effect and everything, I was very weak. After 1 month, I went through the radiations. The radiations are actually little difficult because you get blisters and it's very hot and all that. Luckily, I didn't get blisters in my esophagus and the food pipe. Okay, everything went.
Ma'am, what is the advice that you would like to give others who are still battling cancers or probably supporting a loved one who is going through the cancer journey?
Okay, I would advise everybody that if you are diagnosed with cancer, please don't ignore. Just go for the treatment immediately you come to know. And all the doctors and all the staff and nurses and everybody in MOC is amazing. They are so supporting and very caring. So don't hesitate in doing chemo or the surgery or the radiations, because without this, there is no choice to get cured. I will advise them that please eat food when you are going through chemo or in the full cancer treatment, because food is very important. Once you get weakness, it is very, very difficult to come out of that weakness. So please eat a very good amount of protein food and the extra food, and drink lots and lots of water.
Ma'am, my last question to you is that how has your perspective on life and health changed since your experience with cancer?
Yeah, this battle of cancer is not easy. Physically, mentally, and of course financially, it is very difficult. So I will suggest everyone that if you come to know, please go ahead and take your treatment. And I have experienced MOC and other doctors, and even in the Just Lock radiations, I was very, very comfortable. So please come forward and do your treatment. And I would tell that if you are doing a cancer treatment, come for chemo only in MOC. You will be relaxed and you will be very, very comfortable here. And please come forward, and if you need any help or any advice, you can contact Dr. Radhika and she will contact me, and I'll definitely help you out. And thank you for this lovely interview. I will appreciate MOC and Dr. Radhika. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this really good advice to all our cancer patients, that early detection, early diagnosis, timely treatment, and getting treatment at the right places with the right people is so important in fighting this battle of cancer. We hope that more and more people come out to give this advice to other people to help people come out of this disease.